everybody, welcome back to Swift Lessons for another beginner intermediate level lead tutorial. In today's session, I'm going to be showing you how to perform a guitar solo without really thinking about scales. Instead, we're going to outline each chord in the progression using arpeggios to create some melodic phrases. So we're going to get started in section 1, learning how to play each chord in the key of D major, up the fretboard. Okay, from there I'm going to show you how to arpeggiate each of those chord shapes. Finally, in section number 3, we're going to put all that information to work and learn a complete guitar solo. As always, I got a full PDF study guide, tab, and backing track for you at patreon.com/swiftlessons. Support the channel there and gain access to a ton of extra resources for all my popular YouTube guitar lessons. Now, let's get started. Okay, a close look at the fretboard, getting started with section 1 of this lesson. Learning how to play each of the chords in the key of D major, up the fretboard in their second inversion, which means that we're putting the 5th interval in the bass of each chord. Okay, so this is going to be a very powerful technique, and it's going to serve you as both a rhythm and a lead guitar player. Sometimes as a rhythm guitarist or a second guitarist, you might want to add a little bit of robustness to your track. Maybe one guitar player is playing the chords down here in the open position, maybe a D major, to G major, to A major. Okay, and you back that up playing these inversions as D shapes up the fretboard. A great way to add a little bit of robustness to your track. Now, as a lead guitar player, it's going to reveal what notes are the safe notes that you can play over each chord. So if your rhythm player plays a G major, you can find that same chord played as a D shape, and then arpeggiate it to find some notes that are going to be very useful for you in your solo. Okay, so let's get started learning each of these chords in the key of D major. The first one is a regular garden variety D major chord. Okay, each of you should know this already. We have the 2nd fret G, 2nd fret high E, and the ring finger going to the 3rd fret of the B string. Strumming from the D string down, that makes it a full D major chord. It's not inverted in any way. Okay, if you strum from the G string down, then you're putting the 5th in the bass. That would be a 2nd inversion. Okay, next we have an E minor chord. Okay, I've got the 4th fret of the G string, the 5th fret of the B, and the 3rd fret of the high E string. It's just like taking a D minor chord up a whole step. Okay, we're going to be using this for every single minor chord in the progression. Okay, once again, you can put the D in the bass if you like the way that sounds. Alright, take this chord up one whole step for the 3 chord in the key of D major, which is F sharp minor. Okay, so far you have D major, E minor, F sharp minor. Okay, now we're back to that major shape, taking the D chord up to the 7th fret position to create the 4 chord G major. Okay, putting the D in the bass, it sounds a little bit more robust. Taking that up a whole step for the 5 chord A major. Alright, next, we're back to the minor shape. Alright, fret 11 on the G, 12 on the B, and 10 on the high E string. That's the 6th chord in the key of D, B minor. Okay, so far you have D major, E minor, F sharp minor, G major, A major, B minor. Alright, next we have the 7 chord, the 7th chord in the key of D. Not a 7 chord, the 7th chord in the key of D, which is C sharp diminished. Okay, very intense chord shape. And its function is just to take you home to the D major chord. Okay, so I'm barring the G string, B string, and high E string on the 12th fret, and I have my ring finger on the 14th fret of the B string. Alright, and then from there, we're just taking the D major chord up an octave for D major. Okay, so now we have fret 14, 15, and 14. Okay, that's all the chords in the key of D. D major, E minor, F sharp minor, G major, A major, B minor, C sharp diminished, and back to D major again. Okay, excellent work everybody. Now that you've mastered each of the chord shapes in the key of D, let's learn how to apply a second inversion arpeggio to each of those chords. This will later become the starting point for creating our practice solo, but it's also going to serve you as a very, very powerful finger exercise. It's going to help you with your finger dexterity and also your picking accuracy. Okay, so this exercise is going to look and sound like this. Okay, breaking down that first arpeggio over D major. Okay, so that was 2 on the G, 3 on the B, 2 on the high E string, stretching the pinky up to the 5th fret, pulling off back down to 2, before going to the 3rd fret of the B string, back to the 2nd fret G, and then finally back to the root note, 3rd fret of the B string. Okay, now with my pick in hand, I'm trying my best to keep a rest stroke technique going, which means I'm just kind of dropping my pick down the strings for the initial ascending arpeggio. Okay, so I'm playing down, 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 up with the pull off, returning back to the 2nd fret, I'm going back for a downstroke, upstroke, and then downstroke. And I'll be able to do that for each of these arpeggios. Okay, so one more time, the D major arpeggio. Okay, now moving up to E minor, we're gonna play. Getting a little bit of a stretch there. So that was the 4th fret of the G string, 5th fret B, 3rd fret high E, stretching the pinky up to the 7th fret of the high E string, pulling off, and then going back to the 5th fret B string, 4th fret G, and then 5th fret B. Put that together and we have. Put those two arpeggios together, we have D major, E minor. All right, now we can take that E minor arpeggio and just bring it up one whole step for F sharp minor. Okay, so 6, 7, 5, 9, 5, 7, 6, 7, resolving on the root. Okay, now 3 arpeggios to practice. D major, E minor, F sharp minor. Okay, now moving up to the 4 chord in the key of D, G major. We're just going to take what we played for the D major chord and apply it to the 7th fret position for a G major arpeggio. You take that up a whole step and you have the A major arpeggio, the 5 chord. Okay, now we're back to the minor form for B minor. Okay, that was frets 11 on the G, 12 on the B, 10 on the high E, up to 14 on the high E, pulling off back down, and then going back the way we came, 12th fret, 11th fret, and then 12th fret again. Now make sure that you're copying my finger choices. All right, then finally, the oddball in the group, we're gonna have the diminished arpeggio. Setting up the resolve. So that was 12 on the G string, 14 on the B, 12 on the high E, up to 15 and pulling off. Back to 14 on the B, 12 on the G, and then back to 14 on the B string. Okay, to complete that C sharp diminished. And then finally, we're going to finish up with another D major arpeggio up the octave. But of course, we can actually finish this one up just by going down to the low root. That's a nice way to end the exercise. So what I have here in my tab is... And that's something that you can actually play for all of these major arpeggios. So I went up the arpeggio. And then I went to the 16th fret of the D string, and then resolved to the D note on the 17th fret of the A string. Just to add a little bit more resolution to this exercise. Okay, you put all that together and we have D, E minor, F sharp minor, G major, A major, B minor, C sharp diminished, and then D major with the resolution. Okay, so now you have a handful of notes that you can play for each chord in the key of D. It doesn't matter what the rhythm section throws at you. They throw a G major at you. And the cool thing is, if you know the chord shape that you're drawing the arpeggio from, you could find other notes that work with it. Okay, so that'll help you to fill in the gaps for even more melodic possibilities. Maybe the rhythm section throws at you the 6th chord in the key of D. B minor. You can find that arpeggio. Consider some notes that go along with the chord nicely. Add them into your arpeggio. Okay, for a really solid line over that B minor chord. Okay, now that you have the arpeggios down, we're ready to put all this to work and learn a complete solo. Okay, great work everybody. Thus far, you've learned how to play each of the chords in the key of D major, and you've also learned how to arpeggiate them up the fretboard. And now we're taking everything we've learned and using it to create a complete guitar solo in the key of D. Over the progression, D major, you have that for 4 measures, go into G major for 2 measures, and then A major for 2 measures, and then finally B minor for 4 measures. That's a 1, 4, 5, minor 6 progression. Okay, so taking this line by line, starting with line number 1, it's going to sound like this. Okay, so you can really hear how the arpeggio is at the core of that melodic line. All right, so I started off borrowing a trick from David Gilmour here, taking the D chord up to the 2nd octave, dragging my pick down, and then vibratoing on the top note here, the 14th fret of the high E string. All right, next we have this nice melodic phrase. All right, so that was 17 on the high E string. All right, 15 down to 14 with the pull off. 17 on the B, back to 14 on the high E, 17 again on the B string, and then we're gonna have 15, 14 with the pull off, and then resolve back to the D note on the 15th fret of the B string. So that line again. All right, then to finish up this line, we're just going to outline the arpeggio. All right, a little vibrato side to side motion to finish up that line. You put all that together and we have D major. Okay, now moving on to line number 2 of our tab, jamming over the 4 chord G major. It's going to look and sound like this. Okay, so I arpeggiate the G chord as a little D shape. So that was 7, 8, 7. Next we have this nice descending line. That was 10 on the high E, down to 8, hammer pull, 7, 8, 7. And then reaching with the ring finger, 10th fret of the B, back to 7 on the high E, back to 10 again on the B, and then finally 8, 10. All right, you put that whole lick together, it should sound like this. Okay, now that'll get us to line 3 of our solo. Now jamming over the 5 chord A major. This is basically going to be the same lick with just one embellishment, add in a little bend on the high E string of our initial arpeggio. Okay, so that was the 9th fret of the G string, 10 on the B, 9 on the high E string, and then just adding in that half step bend there. And I'm trying my best to keep the other strings quiet using the palm of my pick and hand. A little vibrato goes a long way, and then the same exact descending lick that we played for the G chord. Okay, now let's put lines 1, 2, and 3 together. It should sound like this, starting with the D chord. G major. A. All right, now that's gonna get us to our final line of music. Go into the minor 6 chord B minor for this nice little phrase. Okay, so breaking down this melodic phrase over B minor, we're starting off with just the basic B minor arpeggio. All right, so that was 11 on the G, 12 on the B, 10 on the high E, and then up to 14. All right, then finishing the measure, we're gonna play 12, 10, 12. So that's your first phrase over B minor. All right, then into the second measure, we're gonna play. One more time. All right, 10 on the high E string, 14 on the B, back to 10, and then 14 on the B, 10, 12. So far you have 2 measures of music right there. Then just finish up with the basic arpeggio once again to finish the solo. Okay, so all of line number 4 should sound like this. Being sure to put in as much vibrato as you can. Okay, now playing through the entire solo with the backing track that you can download at patreon.com/swiftlessons.
1, 2.